Hi there, this is Heather. I am going to teach you how to make a rag rug that looks just like this. It is woven and no-sew, perfect. And I'm going to start with just showing you what they're going to end up looking like. You can see that there's all kinds of patterns in this one, all kinds of colors. You can use just whatever pattern that you want. So we're going to start off in the beginning. I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so for the materials that you're going to need, it really depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something that was a multicolored pattern, then any material that you've got is what you need. Okay, so this is my ripped up Power Ranger sheet because I have no kids anymore that need Power Rangers on their bed, so that's going to go on my rug. I also have denim because I love using denim, and you'll see why. I find it really durable. You don't have to, but I found that the more I was making them, I found that the denim was actually allowing washings to be more sturdy too. So I'll show you how to use the denim in a second. Sharp scissors, and this is my very expensive weaver tool that my husband made for me. It's just a carpenter pencil, and he's wedged out a little hole for me. That hole is about an inch slit, and you can use a toothbrush if you wanted to, with the child's toothbrush that has a little hole edge on it, but that's what I've had around the cottage, and that's what I've been using for the last 4 months of making these rugs. So we'll get started. Okay, so number one is you got to get all your strips ready to go. Actually, I don't get them all ready at the same time, but you can see that I've got some denim ready to go here and some strips. So just with your sheet, right? These initial strips here need to, I find, be about 1.5 inches in width. That seems to work really nicely. The denim strips themselves only need to actually be about 1 inch in width, and you'll see why shortly. So I'll cut off one more strip here just to give you the idea. It does not have to be perfect at all. It's all going to work out at the end. Okay? Here's how you get started with the woven no-sew rug. You need 3 strips, first of all, of denim. Okay? And I just have them all, doesn't matter what the length is, they're just going to all be up here attached. And you need 1 strip of your material. The denim I use as my runner, so I'm going to weave through the strips of denim. Whatever material that you use for here, cotton sheets, this is of course the sheet, you could use t-shirt, you could use sweatshirt, it really doesn't matter what you use, but whatever this ends up being is what the pattern is going to end up looking like at the end of your rug. So some rugs I choose wisely and I have a plan, and some rugs I actually just pick up a random piece of material in my bag and see what's left over. So you have 4 strips, they're all attached here, and I'm going to start off by just taking the first bit of chunk and I'm just going to tie it off just loosely here. That's going to get me going. I'm going to have to do something with this a little later on, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. So you've got this. Okay, this is called my weaver, and the denim is called my runners. And how I start is I get them all sort of laid out. There's a lot of fidgeting going on. We have one situation that we're going to encounter throughout the entire making of this rug, and that is that you have an end right here that needs more length, and you can see these ones are fine. So I'm going to show you how to go about doing that, because you're going to need to do it frequently. One of the parts that you need for this project is actually a glass of wine. Most people will notice that I have a glass of wine in front of me most of the time I'm working on rugs. So there you go. Here's my glass of wine, and it is afternoon by now. So I wanted to show you one thing. We're going to run into this problem throughout the whole entire project, is that you're going to run out of material. I want to show you how to do this. I've cut a little slit in the side. I tend to just kind of fold that end over like this, cut a little slit like this. And then to add to that, I've got a new strip of denim. And I'm going to cut another slit at the end of that piece of denim. Okay, it's super simple, no sew. I love it. You're simply going to take the corner of this, slide it through the original strip of denim and pull it through. Okay, remember we had a little hole I made right there, and I've taken the bottom of the new piece, I'm going to slip it through the hole of that one and then pull it through. And then you just kind of mess around with that a little bit, and it tightens right up. I love it. And look at that. Okay, no sew. Love, love, love. So that's as simple as it is, and everything's going to be very easy after that to keep adding material. You're going to do it with your weaver, and you're going to do it with your runners throughout this entire project. Okay, so here's how you start the weaving. The first thing that you want to do is you want to weave through your new stick that your awesome husband makes you. And so we're going to cut a little slit in this top part right here, just like we did with the denim. And then basically you're just going to feed it through the little slit like this. And to weave your stick, you just poke it through and give it a little tug like that. So now you've woven your pencil. So arrange your denim so that there's 3 strips. So it looks like you're going to start to braid is what you're going to do, but basically you're going to weave. So starting on the right hand side, you've got your weaver, and you're going to go over and under and over, and then pull it through. You'll notice that the denim has to be pretty taut, so I tend to have a pull right here, and I also have them tucked into my belly, so I'm leaning up against the table. It really works best to do this on a flat surface. Okay, and now you're going to do the opposite. You're going to go under and over and then under. You can see how the weaving is happening, and then give it a little pull. And so you've just woven that little side here. Continue this right now, over and under and over, and then under or under. You'll notice that the material is turning and twisting, and that's okay. You'll notice that the denim is turning and twisting. That's okay. Just keep doing this pattern, and you're basically going to do this for about a foot in length. I'll do a couple more here, and you can see how the weaving is starting to take shape. And it doesn't really matter because this material is just going to keep twisting all the way through, and unless you're a perfectionist, it really doesn't matter what it looks like because it's going to be pretty awesome. Notice my thumb is kind of guiding it like that. And one more just to show you, over and under. Lots of messing around with it to get started. I do try to make this beginning part pretty symmetrical in the sense that you can see, you should be able to see denim in there. Okay, because that's important for later on. Okay. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've made a strip that's about a foot. Okay, this is your starting point. So this is an oval rug that we're going to make, and so depending on how long or short that you make this beginning strip will determine the width perhaps of your oval rug. So now we get into the hardest part because I got to go around the corner and there's not enough material here to continue to weave. So to get around the corner, you're actually going to take your 3 runners right here and you're going to braid them. And I do 6 turnovers. So I'll show you what I mean. There's a lot of messing around here. Start with your outside rug. It's important that your weaver is on the right hand side, which it already is. It's completed its cycle right here. So you're going to start on your outside and you're going to go bring it to the middle. So there's 1, 2, put my finger down there, 3, this is the hardest part, 4, you can see that I'm trying to work it to the corner here, 5, and then 6. I do 6 because that's usually just enough to get me around. You can see I'm really close to the corner here. Okay, and now I'm going to take my weaver and I'm going to actually weave it like I had done. So over, under, and over. I love my Power Ranger material. And I pull it through, and I got my elbow kind of resting on the table here to try to get it so that that doesn't move. I'm just going to pull it through just like I was weaving. Okay, lots of messing around. And then under, over, under. So you just wove in that part. Okay. Try to tighten it up. See, there's your braid. Okay, once you've done your weave through here and that initial part, the next goal will be to connect it to the original strip of rug. So you're just going to take it now and poke through, just like you were before, the first hole that you come to, which is right here. And you can see that there's another little part of jean right there. It's another hole. And then right here is another hole. So you're going to go through this and pull it through. And that's what you've just done to connect the rugs. From here, all you need to do is start weaving again. So over, under, and over. then just like you did before, and then find the next hole and you're going to poke through. There's the piece of jean, so there's the hole. Poke it through, pull it through, and done. Okay, so I took the liberty of continuing that on. Okay, and that's just a matter of weaving through, poking through each hole. And so now I've got down to the next corner and I have this obstacle that I have to deal with, the original knot that I had in the first strand. So the way I've done this is I'm going to braid around the corner as well, but the very first thing I would try to do is get rid of this knot. And the way I've done that, that's worked pretty well, is basically flip the whole thing over. Okay, I try to get rid of that so I don't get confused with what I'm doing, and then I untie my knot. And so now I have 4 strands here that I basically have to hide, and I'm going to just tuck them under here. And I'm going to do that strand by... Okay, to weave it through, all I've done is take my pencil, just giving it a quick pull through, and just to give you an example, I just start weaving through the back and I just pull it through like this as far as up as I want to go, and then give it a good yank. Okay, once that's done, I just cut it off. Seem to have lost my, oh, there it is. Okay, and you're going to do that with all 4 of these, just one at a time, so that at the end of it you have that and all of those ties are covered over and hidden. That's the goal. You don't really want to be able to tell where those strands were. So assuming that that's been completed, now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my strands that I was working on, okay, and you're going to continue the braiding effect that you did earlier. That will be on the right, and you're going to simply just like we did before, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. That will again take you around the corner. I'm not going to do this right now because I haven't tucked away my slips yet. And then you're going to weave through that and continue along this stretch. Once you've completed the second corner, this should be pretty easy now to start weaving all the way around. I haven't found that I needed to braid after these first 2 corners. Everything else has been pretty simplistic. And that's how you're going to do it, and I'll come back in a few minutes and show you a completed rug.